Hi friends, and happy Monday. This week we're inside Death Valley National Park and we're heading out on one of the park's lesser visited hikes, but it is one of my favorites. Join me along Mosaic Canyon Trail.
Mosaic Canyon is a hidden gem nestled inside the vast Death Valley desert landscape, located just west of Stovepipe Wells Village off CA 190. The trailhead and gravel parking area for this hike is found at the end of the 2-mile unpaved Mosaic Canyon Road, which can typically be accessed by sedans, and it's important to check the recent road and weather conditions before your trip, as mud and recent rains can affect this road. For reference, on my recent trip, I drove a Kia Sportage and it handles this bumpy road with ease.
If you're new here to Flying Dawn Marie, welcome. As a travel blogger, every Monday I take you on a new adventure. I share full detailed blog posts on my website, flyingdawnmarie.com, and my YouTube videos bring you along with me for a virtual visit. So make sure to turn on notifications, like and subscribe, and let's explore together.
Mosaic Canyon can be a quick hike at a mile out and back, or you can enjoy some scrambling to multiple dry waterfalls for a full 4-mile adventure here. Heading out from the trailhead, you get an immediate taste of the terrain you're in for. This hike begins at the wide open mouth of the canyon, but the loose gravel beneath your feet are a good indicator that sturdy footwear is important for this adventure.
If you've never experienced hiking in a slot canyon, the first narrows here are located less than 1/10 of a mile from the parking area, and they are definitely worth exploring.
Soon the soaring slot canyon walls close in around you, and you're weaving through the beautiful rocky terrain here. Mosaic Canyon is known for its beautiful slots, but something else that makes this canyon so special is the incredible mosaic-like patterns that give this spot its name. Mosaic Canyon is a geological art gallery. Surrounding you on this hike are uniquely shaped fragments of tan-colored dolomite, sandy matrix, and lime cement, which have created a fascinating tapestry of mosaic murals on the canyon walls around you. Now, in other places, from extreme flooding and erosion over time, this dolomite has been beautifully transformed into marble by water, heat, and pressure. You'll see many examples of the colorfully swirled chutes in the bedrock of this canyon as you explore.
Every few decades, Death Valley gets an incredible amount of precipitation, like recently with Hurricane Hillary, and water filled this canyon. In fact, it dropped rocks off of the canyon walls, slightly shifting the topography, and you'll really see some of the cracked mud and rock debris as you hike here now.
As you continue to weave through the different narrow slot sections, this canyon deploys a more enchanting natural sculpture gallery, and you may even find a few cool canyon spots along this passage, which are a rare treat inside Death Valley's vast desert landscape.
The sun is almost always beating down on you here in Death Valley, but as you hug some of the canyon walls, you can find a hint of shade in this hot Death Valley desert.
Despite the harsh Death Valley conditions, Mosaic Canyon is home to some surprisingly resilient plant life. Keep an eye out for unique desert flora, adding splashes of green to the warm, rich hues of the rocks surrounding you. You can continue hiking here as long or as little as you're comfortable, but there will be some slick, smooth rock areas to scramble up and some big boulders to climb around if you plan to hike all the way to the end of this trail before turning around. Now, even if you're not up for the full 4-mile hike, the first mile is relatively easy and filled with breathtaking canyon views, making this an exciting and definitely a worthwhile Death Valley adventure.
Mosaic Canyon is a wonderful adventure for hikers. You're almost immediately greeted by the winding, narrow canyon walls here. Now, the full hike is nearly 4 miles round trip, but after recent weather patterns, the rocks can build up and it can be a bit of a scramble. However, you should remember if you're doing any hiking here in Death Valley, it is not recommended to hike after 10 a.m., specifically when the hot summer months arrive, or even in the cooler months, it can get nearly 100 degrees here.
As you're adventuring, please remember all the leave no trace principles, keeping these incredible canyon formations intact and enjoyable for generations to come. And use caution when exploring side canyons, as going up is often easier than coming back down. Remember to pack all the essentials with you, including bringing twice as much water as you think you might need for this hike, and always make sure to visit the official Death Valley NPS website before your trip for the most accurate and up-to-date Death Valley National Park information.
Thank you so much for joining me this week in Death Valley. And for more information on this spot, see my full blog post at flyingdawnmarie.com, where I also have an entire Death Valley section with a complete travel guide and over a dozen dedicated blog posts. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe. And until next week, I hope you find adventure and encouragement wherever you go. Bye.